This is the Ford pregame show. Ford. Get great offers on Ford F-150 at your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of Alabama basketball.
From Bridgestone Arena in Nashville, Tennessee, we were getting set for Alabama's second-round game against Tennessee in the SEC tournament, but we just got the official word from the Southeastern Conference a few moments ago. Southeastern Conference tweeting this: alert, based on the latest developments and the continued spread of the coronavirus COVID-19, the Southeastern Conference today announced the cancellation of the remainder of the 2020 men's basketball tournament in Nashville. Just coming down 13 minutes before we were set to hit the air for Alabama coverage of basketball against Tennessee. This is Roger Hoover with you courtside, along with Chris Stewart, Bryan, Passink, and Tom Stipe. And Chris, certainly a memorable day here in Nashville, as there will be no basketball played for the Crimson Tide here in the SEC tournament.
We've had some bizarre things happen at the SEC tournament over the years. Bryan and I were on the air with Tom when the tornado struck the Georgia Dome. We were in Atlanta when there was an incident where there was a murder that took place in a courtroom, and there was a manhunt for the escaped individual, and everything was on lockdown for a little while. Some bizarre things, but I'm not sure anything tops this, where we're not going to play. And Bryan, I can't imagine. You can give insight and perspective from a player standpoint, who I think are the ones that we need to make sure we mention first and foremost. For a player, you build for the postseason. You talk about 3 seasons: preseason, pre-conference, I should say, then conference play, and then the postseason. And for Alabama, this is a very important tournament. Frankly, the only path to the NCAA was 4 wins here in Nashville, probably needing a win today to secure an NIT berth. Now, not playing and you staying a game above 500, what does that mean? We don't know. But regardless of beyond, just for the players, that's who you feel for the most.
No doubt about it. And walking over to the arena this morning just had such a strange vibe, unlike anything we've ever seen. And as you mentioned, we've seen a lot in our time together covering Alabama basketball. But walking into the arena, thought it was going to be a strange day. Well, that has been the case. To not play the game, I absolutely feel for everyone involved, including the players and coaches. We were with them this morning. They're dialed in, knowing that it was going to be a unique situation to play without fans. Now they're not going to play, obviously, and that is very disappointing for everybody. But these players, you're exactly right. This is what you've played your whole life for, is to participate in your conference tournament, potentially March Madness, and just hate it for these guys. But there are bigger concerns right now, and there's a lot of people that this has affected in a negative way. So tough day for a lot of people. It
is. And we would tell you more if we knew. The reality is the SEC men's basketball tournament will not be played. The regular season champion, Kentucky, which was going to get an at-large berth anyway, will get the automatic, I would assume. Haven't been told that officially, but that's what other leagues have done that have made the decision before now. The regular season champ gets the automatic bid. One would think that's the case for Kentucky, Bryan.
Yeah, and right now the question is, will you even play the NCAA tournament? Will you play the NIT? The NBA has suspended their entire season. We haven't heard anything one way or the other on that, but the way this is going, I'd almost be surprised if there is an NCAA tournament this year, which is absolutely crazy to hear those words being said. But the direction that this is going, that would not be a surprise at all. So, have we seen the last of Alabama basketball or college basketball this season? That may very well be the case. We don't know, haven't heard any rumors, but this has been a crazy 24 hours in athletics and in the world with what's going on.
And frankly, we don't know, because even the people in charge don't know, and that's in no way a criticism, but everybody's trying to gather information, sort out what's best for everybody. What's I think sensitive to those that have been directly impacted by the virus itself. Also trying to be sensitive to those that would be impacted in a major way if the games don't take place. So I think we're in a holding pattern like everyone else, with the exception, Roger, as you said when we came on the air, no SEC tournament. So as of right now, do we know the season is over? We do not. For Alabama, what does it mean? We don't know. The University of Alabama is still in conversations, and I know there's a lot of talk about the potential of online classes and maybe students being sent home. Nothing, to my knowledge, official in any capacity, so we're not going to go down that road any more than I just did, frankly. But it's bizarre. It's utterly bizarre and very disappointing. Understandable, but disappointing nonetheless.
It certainly is, and just so many unknowns right now. And yesterday, after the SEC announced the measures it was taking here at the tournament, of course, the University of Alabama, with the athletic events coming up not only this weekend, but through the rest of March, taking the same precautions. Only essential staff, credentialed media, and family members would be allowed for some of the games like baseball and softball that, again, are coming up this weekend on campus at the University of Alabama. But now we just wait to find out more because, again, we still have so much unknown about COVID-19 and the spread and the impact it's going to continue to have.
Yeah, I'm headed back home this afternoon, and if there is a baseball game to call tomorrow at home to start SEC play, then I'll be there and we'll have it for you on the network, and we'll be passing along through the the Crimson Tide Sports Network Twitter feed and Facebook page. We'll be sending the information out as to what's going to transpire Alabama athletics through RollTide.com. We'll have information as well. Bottom line, and with my boss Jim Carabin standing here, he'll correct me if I'm wrong. If games are taking place, we're broadcasting them. If they're not taking place, we will let our affiliate stations know, and we'll let you know through social media means and the again, the website for UA Athletics at RollTide.com. But we're playing the waiting game just like everyone else, and we apologize that we can't give you more definitive information. But literally 10 minutes before we went on air with you here, as we are now for just a moment or two longer. But when we walked in, and we thought as recently as 12, 13 minutes ago, we were still going to play basketball.
Yeah, we were still getting ready for Alabama against Tennessee, and then you started to see Kentucky leave the court and start to say goodbyes to some SEC staff members. So that was kind of a sign that this was not going to be a day like any other.
Tom Stipe?
You feel for players, you feel for coaches, the people that have put their heart and soul into preparing for this moment, which for many of them will only happen once or twice or 3 or 4 times. I can only imagine what would happen if Alabama fans had descended upon a playoff city. Right. And we're told that playoff game would not occur. Kentucky fans have the same level of passion. Obviously, they are affected. And I feel for the city of Nashville. I have a connection here. They've been through a lot over the last few weeks. And
they needed this week.
That's right. That's right. They needed this week. They needed the tourism dollars, and it's obviously going to affect that. But I thought that what Commissioner Sankey said yesterday summed it up very well. It's not just about protecting players and coaches and fans and staff. There is a duty to intervene in the interest of public health and everyone's safety. And the league, the NBA, we're all in uncharted waters here, but I think you're going to see more of this, and I think it's the right decision. And let's go home and stay safe.
Yeah, as a heads up to our affiliates, we are going to send it back to you very shortly. We will not continue much longer here on the air with Crimson Tide Sports Network, and it'll be your broadcast, your programming the rest of the day. This is the only time that we will be on the air today with anything from Nashville as it relates to the tournament. Bryan, just one more thought from you, though, from a player's perspective. What do you do the next few days? I guess it's up to your coaches and with coaching staffs. How do they handle this?
Yeah, I don't think anybody knows right now. You know, is the college basketball season over? We don't know the answer to that. And, you know, again, feel for everybody involved. You know, a guy like Beetle Bolden, senior. You know, he came to Alabama. This is his last year of college basketball. And there's a little more to it when you're a senior and you're trying to continue your season. You're trying to get to the NCAA tournament. So, you know, it's tough on all these guys. But, you know, there's seniors around the country, not just Alabama. Tennessee has them as well. And, you know, depending on the situation around the country in college basketball, you know, there's a lot of players that may have played their last college game, and in a situation like this, very difficult. So, you know, we'll see what happens. We don't know the answers. It's uncharted waters, as everybody has said, and it's true. We thought we've seen it all, and now this. So, hopefully everybody's okay, everybody's safe. And listen, I hope this is an overreaction. That would mean that this situation isn't as devastating as a lot of people think it could be. But a lot of unknowns right now. They're trying to take precaution and do what's best for these student athletes, fans, families, and everybody involved. But regardless of that, very difficult situation and a tough day in this country, and a tough day for college athletics.
Certainly is. Well said by Bryan Passink, along with Chris Stewart and Tom Stipe. And this has been Roger Hoover with you from Bridgestone Arena. Again, the SEC tournament, the remainder of the SEC tournament has been canceled due to the continued spread of the coronavirus COVID-19. So when we have more information, that will be available at RolledTide.com. And again, Alabama softball and baseball this upcoming weekend, if the games are played, will be carried across the network. Just tune in to your local affiliates for more information. But today, no Alabama basketball against Tennessee in the SEC tournament due to the cancellation of the tournament due to the spread of the coronavirus. That's going to wrap up our coverage. We will send it back to our affiliates down the line. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.